I have these pictures. Perfect. You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
each thing you had a little intro to.
Yeah.
You know, and then you said, now I've got these pictures, I'm going to put them on the board. Like you said that, and then all of a sudden you're like, now we're going to go to our seats. And I'm like, whoa! You know what I mean? I'm like, stop! You know, where's the punch?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? But anyways,
Yeah.
that was the only thing I thought, okay, well, she could just punch it more there. But otherwise, I thought it was great. And they were so patient when you were so patient while I was in there trying to, she was like, can you give me some books right now? Okay. All right, so.
Oh,
anyway.
it was, but yeah.
They were so good, though.
Oh, they're always good, though.
Yeah.
You trained them good.
Nice kidding. All right,
Oh,
what's
I was totally laughing this morning when you were telling Miss Linares. You're like, yeah. I'm like,
what?
My plan is working.
My plan is working. Yeah. What can I dangle the carrot for you? Yeah. Because what I told her was I said, you know, if you're not doing this, you'll have to clean. You know, you're wasting time otherwise. And Boston says, oh, I hate cleaning. It's okay. Kate and I are like, good to know. You hate cleaning. Very good. Very good.
Cleaning into our hands.
Right. We were laughing. Okay. Instructional strategies. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny too. Even Gabriel, his behavior is just improved.
Right? He was so excited to get 6 signatures. He's like, that's high standards of academic excellence. Yeah. I mean, he was so excited.
I know, and I was just like, wow, this is not the same kid. That's good. But I noticed Miss Linares has been doing a lot of positive reinforcement with him when she sees him. I'm like,
yes, she does. And as we were talking about after school yesterday, I go, thank you for doing that. I said, because, and she said she feels the same way sometimes about her own students. Like, they get under your skin and you can't love them yet.
Yeah.
Like someone else could coming in not having those feelings or right away, like, oh. Jackson's brother, Cooper. I prayed every night, Lord, please let me like open my body toward him, because it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I prayed every night, please let me not, you know. And then like it was Betsy I was with that year, and she would come in, Cooper, and she'd hug him. And thank God she could do that, because I'm not ready to do that. Like I don't want to seem fake, so I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you
she really, So I told her, I'm so grateful for you for doing that. Because I wasn't able to do that yet. Yeah.
Because then, you know, like when I'm struggling with a
even
student,
if you say
then
to
I
someone
somebody else,
you could say to someone, say, come in and love on this kid right now, because I might at my wit's end, or you know what I mean, or I can't get there yet, or whatever. Yeah. So it is kind of nice.
It's good to know.
I do that. I'll go to my old scholars classrooms from last year, like the troubled ones or the naughty ones or whatever, and I'll go in and make sure I make it a point to see them.
Yeah.
So that they know that,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, let's see. Strategies, adapt instruction. Candidate creates and implements innovative strategies and resources to adapt instruction needs. I thought the pictures were perfect, and the book was perfect because it was made by a 5th grader. Yeah. And the pictures here, like the game, that was perfect. And it was nice because more visuals, the better for especially our young kids.
Yeah, and also the pictures, the reason why I chose to do those is because I didn't want them to go to their seat, because I felt like, no, we need to do it now. But there was an activity, and it was like circle yes or no. And I thought, okay, we're just going to do it together as a group, and I'll print these big pictures, and that way. It was perfect. It was much better than sitting at a desk circling a thing. They got to talk about why, why does it need water and stuff like that. And I thought, I told Miss M after the day after I printed those pictures, I said, oh, I just love these pictures because they're so cute. Yeah, they are so cute. So cute. So I was happy the kids liked the frog, because I thought, oh, yay, they liked them. Yes. All right, we're ready. Okay. You're not taping, are you? Oh yeah, I have been. Oh my gosh! I just edit out what I don't need. You're so funny. Okay, hi. All right. Today's water cycle lesson
was great. I think you look so comfortable up there and so confident and just like you've been doing this forever. So it was so nice to see. I loved your just every time you introduced something, it was a nice little, a nice little pop of here's what we're doing, this is what we're doing. Here, let me explain this. Here's the objective. Here's the,
Yeah.
it's nice to see that all coming together. I loved how you did put your thinkers on. So cute. I did that in first grade. Every day they turn their brains on, their voices on. They turn their brains on, their ears on, and their voices to reading on.
Oh, nice.
And they do, you could do cute little things like that
Yeah.
if you teach the younger ones. Well, you could do it with the bigger ones too. The pictures you printed out were wonderful. It was good for the EL learners especially. Give them opportunity to think about what they know and share what they know and apply it to themselves. And I loved the book that you had written by your 5th grade son. Oh my gosh, that was so cute. And he told them and they were so excited. It was cute. Having the cycle, maybe with the pictures on the board, maybe I would have just drawn an arrow showing and I know we talked about that, showing or put it in a circle and showing the, the
I
thing.
was impressed. Like,
But you kept going back to it, so you did it. It's just another visual.
yeah,
Always
no, the
helpful.
visual would have been much better.
No, but you did. You talked about it, and they were understanding,
Yeah.
and then after the lesson reviewing, they totally were
Yeah.
understanding it too.
I was
So,
impressed.
yeah, I was impressed too. So today was focusing on instructional strategies. I think that all your lessons are totally appropriate, and I like how we talk before and you adapt things. We talk about what do you think this would happen and what do you think won't happen, and you adapt your strategies and your teaching to
try.
that. And and then you look at what happened last time and you go, okay, well let me change it to this time. And so you're always very aware of the student's needs and how it needs to be appropriate and things like that. So that's excellent. You always monitor their learning. For this lesson, it wasn't so much about assessment. So it wasn't like we were looking at assessment and drove our instruction. But we've done that before. We've talked about it.
And actually, when I was preparing this lesson, I thought, okay, I need to start with a base. So I started with like water.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, if they don't get that and we can't move on, then I'm going to have to
go back. Right. And you can change it right then, or you can change it a little and then plan something for the next day.
Exactly. And so I was trying, as I was asking questions, seeing where they were at. And so in that terms, that was my assessment for this time.
Oh,
it was just like observing what kind of
seeing
where
what
they
they
were.
know to know where to take the lesson. Perfect. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And that's a great way to informally assess what they
Yeah.
kind of know already, so you know where to take your lesson.
Yeah.
And that's very impressive that you did that and that you were ready to change it kind of at the drop of a hat, because that takes that's many years of practice, let me tell you. So I was thinking more of like an official assessment. There wasn't like but informally, absolutely, kind of
and
getting
it was
a
interesting
feel.
too. Some of the kids, when we looked at the vapor, they're like, I can't see in there.
I see. Okay.
So they didn't really actually understand
they were looking for something else, so they were looking for
the reason. And I should have been more specific about it. The reason and I told some of them when they came up, the reason you cannot see is because the steam is causing a cloud. You can't.
Okay.
And they're like, well, I can't see it.
You're like, oh, because.
That's the reason.
That's why. That's perfect. That's great.
But I think I should have been more clear to the whole class, like.
Right.
But I guess that's lack of experience right there. It's like if I had done that lesson a couple of times, I would have been able to say, now, when you look in the box, you may not be able to see the other things in the box because there's going to be steam.
Yeah, this is what you will see. Right.
Yeah, but I think sometimes when I do these lessons, I try to keep it in the back of my mind. It's not going to go perfectly, because I haven't done this lesson 2 or 3 times already.
Right. You don't know what's going to come out of it.
I don't know.
Yes.
But at least I'm learning. No, I need to go through the whole process of the lesson before, and I need to make sure everything works perfectly before.
Right.
And I need
to. And then still, when you get up there, something will go wrong. So it doesn't really matter. But the more you go through it before the lesson, the more you talk it through, the more you plan it out, the more organized you are, the better the lesson comes
more
off
smoothly.
As. More smoothly it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, because the unknown is the problem.
Yes. Yes. And sometimes, though, you might go off on tangents, and that's okay because the lesson has led you somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's fine, too. But the more prepared you are, the more you know,
Yeah.
you have the steps down of what you need to
to
get
do.
done. It does run more smoothly.
Yeah.
And that goes right into varying your role, you
Yeah.
know, of not only in terms of planning and figuring out, you know, what works, what doesn't work, how you're going to do that step by step, but also changing your role here. You know, you might need to be, you might take yourself as to be the audience, and then you're the teacher, and then you're a helper, you know, a partner helper, then you have a small group, and then you have, you know, a whole group, and different things like that. You always do that. I mean, you're always thinking of what do they need.
Yeah,
So
I
it's really
try.
nice to see. Or we all try. We all try. I still, you know, try to do that every day. I think that, you know, you develop lessons in terms of the scholars to improve their assessing and interpreting, evaluating, applying, and trying to reach those higher level thinking skills.
Yeah.
I think you're always trying to do that, and sometimes it's hard,
Yeah.
especially as kindergarten. You know, it's like pulling teeth. Come on, think, you know. But you're teaching them how to do that.
Yeah.
That we're the models. You know, we have to start it. So it's great.
And it's actually today it was really interesting because I was like looking at the kids and I'm like, my gosh, they're not even the same. Like the first week, they're like just, and now they're more focused. They're more in control of themselves. They know. And like today's activity with just matching the numbers, they were fast. I'm like, wow, they're getting good.
They're getting good. They're getting good.
So I see that growth, and I'm like, it's kind of amazing because I wouldn't expect that growth to be so fast. But it really is, and it's almost like the light has gone on for so many of them. Like, oh, we're here to learn, and we're gonna do things today.
Yes.
And so it's really
Isn't
fascinating.
that kind of fun?
Yeah, it's really fascinating to see that.
Yeah.
Because you know, I've always wondered like, what is that trigger that helps kids really clue in? But it's just that repeated experience of being at school, having that same experience, and now even with the work, they themselves have their own expectations. Like, oh, I remember something that we've done like this before, and then they just
they do.
And so it's fascinating
It is
to watch them.
fascinating.
Like,
It's fascinating for them. Like Ethan said today, something about their bodies, and he said self-regulating or something, you know. And I can't remember. I think it was that word or something like that. And I said, yes, you are the one that you have to self-regulate your body and realize when it's time to be silly, when it's time to learn, you know. And when you give them that opportunity to do it for themselves.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
awesome.
It starts to happen faster than me just saying no.
Yeah,
You know.
I think so.
Yeah, it does. You're always, you know, asking stimulating questions and really having them, you know, you're doing more and more of the, you know, talk to each other and sharing their ideas and things like that. So
that's one thing
that
that I was supposed to do in the lesson.
Yeah, but you've done. I mean, you do it. You do it in other things that you do, and you do it way more so than you did before. So
Yeah.
I see you always continuing to do that. So.
It's so funny because it was on my note to do and everything. I'm like.
Yeah, that happens all the time. It happens all the time. So yeah, I think it went great. It was smooth. It was. They were excited. You're reading the story and you're showing the pictures and talking to them. You were so excited, and it was fun to see.
But it's good to know. If I don't want them to be distracted during the story, I have to make sure the pages don't see through.
Oh yeah.
They kept telling,
see.
They kept
like,
telling,
oh, there's the frog. Or there's okay. I was wondering why they kept saying that. How do they know that? Because I couldn't see from over here.
You could see the shadowing from the next page, and so now I'm like thinking, oh, I understand why they design books the way they do. They absolutely have to conceal the next page for the reader because it distracts the reader.
So there you learned something very valuable today.
That's right.
That's cute. Well, I think you're doing great. So well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
So we'll see. The lesson next week is Little Red Riding Hood, I think. So.
Oh, okay.
So, but it won't be. It will be a different story. But
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
So I think that's the one. But
Good.
anyway,
That'll be fun.
It'll be good.